Hello everyone, welcome to Tony Talks. Wow. How are you doing? Anyway, taking Coco King now. Any gidi pataki. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for following us. And if you're new here, we say you welcome. Thank you for joining us.
His first child, the boy is passed now. The boy had severe disability. NHS was responding to his treatment. So because these guys are, because their families are part of the system, they are able to respond to the system. They're able to identify where the concerns are. Okay, Aunty, you are talking about, you were talking about yourself and the children. You were talking about wages and like the cost of living in America. Now, there are certain schools in America, there are certain schools, at least from birth up to high school. Some of the schools are free, like state schools are free.
Yeah.
Right? Now, when we say free, it's obviously free, but tax is being used to respond.
Yes.
To,
that's why we are paying tax. It's one of the reasons.
The system.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Now, the question, Aunty, is how many Nigerians are paying tax? Yes, we know that there's tax system. People evade tax, right? Now, you have TOPE who is comparing, like when he talks about the homelessness. In Nigeria, if you are homeless, you're on your own. In short, if anything happens to you, you're on your own.
That's true.
Medical care, like for instance, the medical care that we're talking about, in Nigeria, your money buys you your medical care. Yes, there's general hospital. There was a time that you could go confidently to a general hospital or a state hospital, and you will be treated at the point of treatment. But they've destroyed all of that. And see, I didn't necessarily go through free education, but the whole of my education, up until my university, I can't remember the whole of my education costing 50,000. And I'm not even up to 50. Because there was subsidized system. And most of these guys enjoyed it. But they get to the system because they are able to go abroad. The abroad they are going to, the NHS they come to, the NHS that these guys are coming to abroad, that NHS, they are paying through their nose for it. But the NHS is not actually funded through private funding. It is funded through taxpayers.
Yes.
Okay? Now, he is talking about food. Auntie, one egg in Nigeria, I was talking to someone in Nigeria today. One egg in Nigeria, Auntie, is 300 naira.
Somebody said probably. Does it mean a crate is 9,000 or what? They say a crate is 7,000.
I don't know how much a crate is. I sent money home this morning. I sent money to Nigeria this morning. I was shocked.
And you can one egg.
And you can see one egg is no more. In those days, if you cannot afford me.
In Drive, choose a fair price. Ride.
At least you'll be able to buy eggs.
Yes, you bought the egg. I divide it for your children. Yes.
Okay. And let me even burst your bubble. Gari is not a rich man's food. In those days when you are drinking gari, they will say you are poor.
How much is a bag of gari? You have idea?
No, I don't. In fairness, I don't.
Okay, go ahead.
Auntie,
go ahead. You are making a very good valid point.
Ma?
I said you are making a good valid point.
So you see, all of these things, yes, to us who live abroad, all of these things might not be so expensive. But until when you actually look at the reality, for someone who is earning 70,000, now remember in Nigeria, yes, the person that is earning 70,000, remember that person, most likely they don't have their own home. They are renting.
Exactly.
Right? School fee. If you want your child to go to a very good school, 70,000 is in short. 200,000 is not going to give your child the kind of education you're looking for.
At all.
Okay? And that is nursery school. We're not even talking of primary school. So, when you look at the reality, when this guy is talking, because when I was watching his interview, I was watching it live because it was a live stream.
Okay.
When I was watching it, Auntie, I almost threw my laptop away. Because the things he was saying, I was like, and this guy was a strong critique of the government of Jonathan and Buhari's government, which is not even as bad as what it is now. You know, the father is an economist, but then somehow, and I'm not making excuses for him, but somehow I don't blame him. You know why, Auntie? Because his families are not directly impacted in the system.
And he has the money self. Even if they are living there, he has money to feed them. So he may not even feel it.
Auntie, apart from even that he has money, Auntie, he has allocation. He's a special advisor. They have allocations. So even himself is probably not even, yes, he might even be going to, remember when Osibajo was the vice president, they were giving women, what's the name of that money they said they were giving market women?
10,000.
And even at that, okay, Auntie, 10,000. 10,000 of 2019 and 10,000 of 2025. The difference is clear now.
Yeah, the purchasing power has reduced.
You understand?
That's true.
Even at that 2019, 10,000 naira is still a lot of, it does not even go a long way. Is that not what we're saying? That if you have 10 pounds, you can go a long way. If you go to all these saver shops, you can go a long way to make a meal. 10 pounds, Auntie, cannot make a meal in Nigeria.
They say bag of gari 60,000.
Oh, wow. Auntie, bag of gari being 60,000. Now somebody's wages is 70,000. And so you're talking of an average Nigeria that will tell you Oluwani kama bisi kama resi.
Somebody said a tuber of yam is cut into pieces and sold to Nigerian citizen. As in they will carry yam and cut it and sell it as cut. Are you joking?
Oh, Auntie, you don't understand. Auntie, ordinary bread. I was talking to my brother in Nigeria, and he was telling me that he's a family, they are a family of 5, okay? And he was telling me, he said, bread is 20,000, kotowa, for 2 days.
Bread is 20,000, bawo?
Yes, as in sliced bread.
Àwọn mélòó?
Àwọn ọmọ mẹ́ta.
Hello, ni bread you can.
I don't know how much, but it's only bread is 20,000, kotowa for 2 days. You know, so it's appalling.
Yam cut into pieces.
And egg. Let's even say, Auntie, if egg is 300 naira for one, Auntie, you're lower meta. Say, and you can come out different one money.
And this guy can come out and say this. This guy can come out.